Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Carrie Manning from Heritage Dental Salon and Spa.
And I'm Will Wareham with WHHI-TV. We are coming to you today from the Poseidon Rooftop Bar, and Poseidon is one of the core sponsors of the Hilton Head Symphony Orchestra this year. Which brings us to our first guest, who is Mario Incorvaia, who is the Vice President of the Hilton Head Symphony Orchestra.
And secondly, we have Miss Holly Majinski. She's here with the Hilton Head Hospital telling us about all the free health screenings.
That's right. And our final guest is Mr. Peter Cooper, who's the treasurer with the Heritage Library. So stick around for more 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak. Welcome to 843 TV. We are now joined by Mario Incorvaia, who's the Vice President of the Hilton Head Symphony Orchestra. Mario, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So I understand that you all had a very successful holiday program recently. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We did. Holiday programs are somewhat of a specialty of our maestro, and this year was no exception. The main piece on the concert was the Polar Express, the famous book and children's movie. So it was a wonderful concert. Two full houses, really spectacular evening and weekend.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so New Year's is coming up. Do you have anything planned for New Year's?
We have, yeah. So we're going to bring in the new year with, well, we're going to bring in the new year in the middle of January.
Okay.
So we'll open 2016 with a spectacular program featuring Hector Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique, which is a major orchestral work with full stringed wind brass percussion orchestra. We will fill the sanctuary in First Presbyterian Church with a very large orchestra and a very impressive work. And the other half of that concert is the return of our international piano competition winner from last year, Elliot Wu, who is this charming, disarming, amazing young pianist. He's just a teenager, and he's winning international competitions already. He's performing Rachmaninoff's variations on a theme by Paganini. And what's really interesting about this program, and it's kind of hidden in the titles, is that both of those works employ music that you will recognize. The Symphonie Fantastique has this Dies Irae theme, which I will not sing, but it's found in lots of film. It's a little theme that often is seen in liturgical scenes or canonical themes of film, so you'll recognize that. And then the Paganini themes, Paganini was a violinist who wrote these study etudes for advanced players, and they're these virtuosic etudes for violinists. And Rachmaninoff took one of the themes and fully orchestrated it for piano and orchestra, and it's very glorious and huge and amazing. It's very,
wow.
Yeah. And then in February we have our Valentine's program, and that also features the return of a young artist, Melody Sims, who's a violinist, and we'll have music from West Side Story and Romeo and Juliet and Carousel from Broadway, and the French Impressionist Claude Debussy's Clair de Lune. So it's a good date night concert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You know, Mario, I hope I'll be able to attend some of these concerts.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Good. I've heard Mary Briggs, your president, talk about music education in the schools. Can you tell us about that initiative?
Yes. Mary Briggs, our president, and Maestro Russell both hold music education very close to their heart, and they both have a long history of music in the schools and music in education. The orchestra has a standing relationship with the Boys and Girls Club, where we provide private and group violin lessons to young students who are involved in the Boys and Girls Club, and we're thrilled that we just received renewal. The Bargain Box has been a sponsor of this program for years, and just committed to renewing going forward. So they're reinvesting in this important service that we provide. So there are students who otherwise wouldn't be able to have the exposure to performing music, now have that, and will continue to have that. Last year we introduced a program called Music Bridges, and we literally go into the schools. We're working with Hilton Head Elementary and Red Cedar Elementary in Bluffton, and we take musicians into the schools, 3rd through 5th grades, 3 times a year. To work with the students, and then we invite them to a concert of ours in April where we perform, and this year's theme is a literary theme, so the music Carnival of the Animals is the music that we're going to perform for them. And so right now, their teachers are working with them on the connection between music and literature, and they're teaching them the Kookaburra song. Does anyone know the Kookaburra song? Should we sing it?
I can sing it,
Okay,
yes.
do you want to sing it? We can do that. Yeah. So they're working on that, and then the students are going to write poems that are intended to be associated with the various movements and the various animals in the Carnival of the Animals. When we perform for them in April, we will select poems that they wrote to supplant the traditional narration that goes with that.
Very
So
cool.
yeah,
Very
so
cool.
That's great.
Bring that all the way around.
Wonderful. Mario, will you be doing your usual Symphony Under the Stars? Last year's James Bond was great.
Yes,
What's your program
yes.
this year?
Yes. Last year's James Bond just about blew the tent open, and now we have to top that. So Maestro Russell has selected the Best of Broadway as the theme for this year. And you may not know her by name, but I'm going to say Lisa Vroman is a special guest artist that we're bringing from Broadway for this. She's a singer who is doing all sorts of work on Broadway, and perhaps her greatest claim to fame is that she is one of the longest running Christines in the Phantom of the Opera. So everyone thinks Sarah Brightman, the original Christine. Lisa Vroman gives her a run for her money, so it's going to be
great.
spectacular.
Hey.
So we have symphony concerts in homes. You guys are just
do.
all over the place.
Well,
What does that entail?
we are all over the place, and part of this is because of the people who organize the symphony programs in the homes.
Such a huge support.
Yeah, we have a volunteer base, 400 plus strong, men and women who are part of our orchestra league, and throughout the year, the orchestra league organizes special events and receptions for our concerts, and this program that we call Musicals, where 6 times a year we take music into private homes and have concerts. And they're just these little parties, and it's wonderful. We have generous sponsors who open their doors. They basically allow us to come in and take over their home for a Sunday afternoon and throw this party. And the party begins with an hour of music by a couple musicians that has interplay and dialogue between the musicians and the guests. And then an hour, social hour after that. But the key is, to attend a musicale, you have to be a league member. So anyone who wants to join, it's a great way to support the orchestra. The league is our season sponsor, and last year contributed more than $60,000 to the orchestra's operations. So
Wow.
very important work.
Well, we're almost out of time, but very quickly tell when the next 2 competitions are.
Yes, our youth concerto competition is February 1st at St. Luke's, and the international piano competition is March 7th through 14th, starting out at the Arts Center and then ending at our home at First Presbyterian Church.
Awesome. You can always find out more information about the 2 upcoming competitions and also about their schedule at their website. Mario, thank you very much for being back with
Carrie.
us again, and make sure that you come right back for more 843 TV.